Welcome everybody. I am Gigi Jones, Gigi the Vegan, and here I am presenting today. You're having lunch with Gigi. Sorry about the little confusion that we had, but I must say I'm super excited to be a part of this whole project that goes on annually with KC Farm School. Yay! Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, the team, for putting this together. So we're going to go ahead and start. For some of you, I'm going to go over a little bit our menu, our ingredients that you should have. That's going to make this a little bit easier for you to do at home, or if you're preparing with me right now. I am super excited. Some things I've already prepared, but there's some things that I have not because I know we have a little bit of time, and I just wanted to walk you through it and prepare that with you. So when you talk about today, we're making a great sandwich, a crunchy sandwich. It's really, really good for the fall, which is simply amazing, quite filling. And this sandwich, you know, I thought of the ingredients that would be really, really good so that when you make other soups, you can kind of dip it. It can last a long time. And we're playing around with sourdough bread today, which I'm really excited about that. And so for our sandwich, our ingredients is we're using sourdough bread, as I mentioned, and we're going to mix some arugula, and we have mixed lettuce, which is super tasty and super yummy. That's going to pull that spicy arugula and make it a little bit more sweeter. We have zucchini, carrots, red onions. I also have a sweet potato that instead of using mayo or a spread that is filled with a lot of oils, we're gonna use a sweet potato mash. We're gonna mash the sweet potato together and let the sweet potato kind of hold this whole thing, and it's rich and it's sweet and it's quite filling. And then we're gonna top it off with a sweet red pepper. So I do have our salad ingredients here that I just mentioned. But what we're going to do is we're going to make our soup first. And then we're going to add, we're going to work on our salad while our soup is going through the process. We also, for your soup, you're going to need 1 onion, which I already have that chopped. And I chopped it really fine. I hope you can see that. We're going to need a garlic clove. 1 garlic clove, and I'm going to chop that and let you see how I do that. We also have butternut squash. I'm going to pull that out of the cooler. And we're using 1 carrot today, which is already here. I have about 3 cups of stock here. This is vegetable stock. And we're going to kind of go over that too and how it's made in the process so that you can make this at home instead of buying it in the store, which is low sodium, and you don't have to add a whole lot of sodium to it, just whatever you have left over when you make your meals. Then you use that, store that in the refrigerator, and we'll talk about how you can make your own stock. Again, this recipe is oil-free. And then we also have parsley. And what we're going to do with the parsley, we're just going to top our soup off, okay? And then we also have red chili. And what I'm going to use today is I'm going to use my red peppers, and I hope that's okay. All right. So, but the recipe calls for red chili. So if you have that, and it should be in your box, go ahead and use that. That's fine. But today I'm just going to spice things up with this here. Okay. Turn that on. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and pour. Like I mentioned, I have about 3 cups of veggie stock. I'm going to go ahead and pour that. I'm using a rice cooker today. I hope you can see that. See? Rice cooker. It makes it so much easier. Everything cooks evenly, fast, all of it. Oh, so let's do this. I'm gonna place my onions in here first because what I want my onions to do is kind of like caramelize a little bit. We want a little sizzle. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna place that in there first. Secondly, while we're waiting on that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up our carrot. Charles, can you get my butternut squash up? And again, like I said, I like to keep whatever I chop, I would place it in the bowl instead of throwing it away because I want to be able to make my veggie stock. The butternut squash over here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and dice up some carrots. And right now, it really doesn't matter how you dice it because everything's gonna break down because you're making soup, okay? But what I do is I just cut it this way. So you can make small pieces, and I'm gonna show you how you stack them up together, and then you just cut it in half. I hope you can see my table, okay? Hope you can see it, okay? You can set it. All right. So let's keep chopping. Yay! Oh my goodness, we're making some wholesome ingredients, and you know what? First and foremost, I want to thank our farmers for growing all this good stuff, all this good yummy stuff that's going to keep us healthy and safe. And I call it safe. The reason why I said safe, because we know what eating bad food is like. Sometimes, you know, bad food keeps us unsafe. And it actually, the reason why I say that is because of our thinking process sometimes when we eat unhealthy food, like chocolates and candy. Anyway, I went ahead and decided to cut my carrot up a little bit differently. And that's for my homegirls that's at home and looking how we dice it up just so that you don't get overwhelmed with cutting carrot. And then you can just make it simple and easy and cut bite-sized pieces. Okay. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful carrot. And we know how good carrots are for us, don't we? Okay, and then after this, we're gonna place our garlic in this in our rice cooker as well. So right now, I don't know if you hear that sizzle. We have our carrots. We have one onion diced already. And let me show you how I diced that onion so that you can see. I kind of diced that in small bite-sized pieces too. Okay, there you are. And so what you're gonna do is go ahead in your rice cooker, put your lid on, let that just simmer together. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get our garlic together. Okay, so. All right. This garlic smells so good. And we know how good garlic is for us. And especially right now in this season, you know. So good to eat garlic. Garlic is good for the heart. It actually is good if you're getting sick, like you have the flu or you feel it coming on. I know as a child, my mom used to give us garlic cloves, which I hated it, by the way. But it kind of saved us, you know, from getting the flu. We were kids that were seldom sick. And I must say, I do owe all of that to garlic, you know. So I say we definitely need a clove a day. And that'll keep us healthy, keep the flu at bay. And that's just the name of a few things that garlic does. Garlic's amazing. All right, so I am placing garlic into our pot there. All right. I'm going to put this over to the side. That goes back into my bucket. And then the next thing I'm going to start working with, I'm going to put the spoon out of the way, kind of make sure my board is always clean. All right, so I've already prepared our squash. So I went ahead and took the liberty of preparing the squash last night, and because of time. And what you do is, I'm going to demonstrate how you prepare squash at home. And what you want to do, so when you get your squash, of course, I just cut off both ends a little bit, and then I sliced it in half, and then I roasted these, okay? But I did take out the seeds and everything that was on the inside, and I actually tried to take out as many as possible, because what I do is I dehydrate those seeds, you know, because they are good for us. The seeds that are inside of the squash seeds, and I like to munch on those. So anyway, since we've already cooked our squash in the oven, I'm just going to go ahead and chop this up. And what we're going to do is place this in our pot, okay? Right. Oh, those flavors are so yummy as they all come together. I'm going to go ahead and place because we're going to make this a little spicy. So I'm just doing a teaspoon of the chili peppers, just a teaspoon of my red peppers. That's going to spice things up. And if you have a favorite when it comes to seasonings at home, you can actually use those, you know, because I really think that cumin, other seasoning would be great on this. But I know I don't use salts as much, so because we already have like our garlic and our onions and our carrots, and then our veggie stock is going to give us some of that sodium, so you don't have to load up on a lot of your sodium intake, because we know what sodium does, right? It causes inflammation, you know, causes a lot of inflammation to your body, and makes your blood pressure go up a little. So we're gonna make this as healthy as possible, like I said, oil free and low sodium as much as possible. All right. So we have our squash all ready and cooked, and I think our it's good. All right. So now everything is coming along really good. Looks delicious. So let's go ahead and get our squash into the pot. Butternut squash. Okay. So that's what we're making a soup. Now, normally, if you're at home, what you can do is, you know, once you can just cut this up really, really fine. And I do sometimes like to peel the outer skin because it gets a little tough, so you want to peel that. Dice it up really good. And then you can actually mix it in here with your rice and carrots and your vegetable stock. That is the normal way that you would do it. But we wanted to kind of rush the process because of time. And here we go. And again, there's no real rhyme or reason. How the way you want to handle your squash, that is up to you. Okay? But I know one thing, when you're done, you're going to be extremely happy because it is delicious. This is one of my favorite soups to make. And you know, and when it's lunchtime, you want to get this, you know, made as quickly and easily as possible. in like so. And what's so great about this is it's already processed, cooked. And so and if you ever in the area of Westport, stop by Gigi's Vegan Cafe. We're located at 1103 Westport Road. And we'll make sure that you get some of the squash. this butternut squash soup, that's for sure.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Love this so much. Yummy. Okay. So there we are. And like I said, it's okay. I just like taking off. However way you process it is up to you. But we're just going to make a great fast lunch. Nothing like soup in a nice sandwich, isn't it? And for you folks out there that's attending this webinar, I think I thank you for joining me. And I really hope that you enjoy the soup, which I'm almost certain will. I mean, who doesn't like butternut squash, right? Okay. We're gonna have some fun with this. And also, if you have any questions even later about any of the process, you can always email me at Gigi the Vegan at gmail.com. That's GIGITHEVEGAN. And again, you're welcome to stop by 1103 Westport Road, right here in the Westport area to see us. We're 100% vegan. And we work with several local farmers here in Kansas City because we are local. And we zero waste. We grow all of our herbs ourselves in our back. We have a garden as well, an herb garden. And we compost. So we try to do our best in saving, being a part of, saving our world, that's for sure. Because it's not only with food, with everything else. Okay. So what I've done in the rice cooker, I've sauteed the onions, the carrots, mix it all together. Oh, it looks really, really good. I'm gonna let you guys see this before I pour in the stock. And let me tell you something. I always pour my stock in last because I like for everything to marinate and process together. Hope you can see that. Can you hear me okay? Hello? Anyway, that's it. And now, time for the stock. So again, that's about 2 cups. It's looking really good. Okay. I'm gonna let all of that come together. Have to clean my area here, wipe everything down. And again, we're going to start on our sandwich while it's processing. All right, so okay. All right. So that should be, we should be seeing some delicious, finishing that delicious soup here in just a second. I'm not hearing anyone. Can you hear me okay? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We've got everybody muted.
Okay. I know sometimes when you're doing these things, I can't, usually I can see the other side, but I can't see the other side either. So, okay.
We'll be wrapping up here right at 1 o'clock, if that's
okay. Sounds good.
okay.
It's lovely outside, isn't it, today? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna start with our base of, like I said, we're using sweet potatoes today for our base, okay? For our sandwich. So we're gonna use it as a spread. Charles, can I get a cup, please, and a fork? And oh my God, these are so, so delicious. I can't wait. It's gonna be, I mean, just good. So it doesn't matter. So what we're gonna do is peel this off. So I'm peeling the skin off on the potato. And what I've done was I just tossed the potato, in the oven on 350 for a few minutes, just so that I can get the sweet potatoes a little soft. Okay, like so. I'm just taking the sweet potato from. Can I have a cup? Not a measuring cup. What's the cup? For my sweet potatoes. You can go on this side. Just give me one of the white little bowls. White little bowls. White little bowls. Thank you. Right. So this was a whole sweet potato. So it's your choice how much sweet potato you want. But I used a full size sweet potato, and it was almost like I'd say maybe a medium size, and that should come in your kit. So it should be the same size, okay? So, and so what I do is just smash this up. Simple. And if you want to, it's all about what you want. You can add a little bit of cinnamon to this. It's all about, what you would like to add to it. Okay, so we have that all done. Our next step is the red pepper. And what I like to do is I kind of cut the butt of it off. And I like ringlets, on my sandwich. So these are the ringlets. So I just turn it sideways. All right, I just turn it sideways and cut them off like this. And they're so much prettier, I think, on a sandwich. So it's up to you how you want to cut it. Okay. So then I take off some of the little white trimmings inside of there. And then I have these. And then we have also a red onion. You got red onion in your kit. And we're going to cut it the same way. Cut that off. And I think I mentioned thanks to KC Farm School for this. We greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate all these fresh veggies. Going into the winter, a harvest. And we're definitely grateful. And I hope you enjoy this kit that we'll put together for you for lunch. And because I love red onions and the benefit of those, go ahead and toss those there. Okay, I'm gonna set those there. So here is my mixed greens here. The arugula that we talked about in the mixed greens. Hope you can see that. I'm gonna set that there. Okay, like so. And then I have my carrots. And I shredded these carrots. That's gonna go on my sandwich as well. And then here's the parsley. The parsley is going on the top of our soup. Our bread, zucchini. Okay, this is like a large zucchini. So I'm gonna go ahead and dice this up. Now I like to make circle, you know, just cut it here. And so you see these little ringlets. So what you want to do is, you know, it's up to you how you want your sandwich. But I try to cut, you know, small little circles, okay? But it's up to you. Okay. So we have those all diced up. See? All right. Next thing we're going to do is our sourdough bread. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. There we go. And what I like to do, you know, some people do, some people don't. Look how gorgeous this is. How gorgeous that is. Some people like to toast their bread, which is a great option. Some people don't. But it's up to you if you want to toast your bread or not. So I'm going to place these things back on my board here. Get this out of our way. Let me check on the soup. Looks really good. All right, so let's start on the process. So again, like I said, you can toast your bread. It's up to you. And I'm going to use this as my spread. Can't wait to eat this sandwich. It's going to be delicious. Okay. So you get a fair amount on here, okay? And then we're going to start loading with our mixed greens. Well, I'm going to start with arugula because I put that as my base because it's a little bit more spicier. Okay. And then here's our mixed greens going to go on top of that because I love my greens. So beautiful. So beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Look how nice that looks already. Okay, and then we're going to add our zucchini. And so I'm just going to place 3 on top of here. And then I like to use my onions as little ringlets. And then I'm going to add some carrot. Charles, can you blend up something for me real quick? Charles, can you use the blender for me real quick?
Got about 5 minutes left here. Anybody have any questions?
Okay. And then I top it here. And what I'm gonna do is take a little scoop of our soup and place it in a blender because I like to blend it just a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then I like to add more right here. Okay. Blend it up. Blend it real fast. Thank you. Okay, so I put it on. Thank you. Long this side as well. So beautiful. Look at that. So beautiful. And let me plate this real quick. Okay. And so what I did was we put this in the blender just so that it gets creamy. Good job. Charles, thank you. So as you can see, the soup is nice and creamy. I hope you can see that. So now with our parsley, go ahead and dice some of that up. And we'll place that on top. And this, mainly, parsley is so good for us as well, but this is mainly for garnishing. And it also adds a little bit of flavor too. Okay. Are there any questions for me?
Yeah, a few questions here in the bottom. It says, do you use roasted squash in your broth?
In the broth? No, I don't. It's just our broth is made of veggies like tomatoes, our red onions, our carrots. And so what I do is we make the broth from scratch.
Okay.
It's made from scratch. And so, and I can give you a recipe to make your own broth as well if you need to.
Oh, I think she meant roasted sweet potatoes, but same.
Yeah, the same. Can you see this?
We can look.